So here's me answering them questions that you asked that I said I would answer in a video. What's the most important thing you've learned about in video? I said the most important thing in video is lighting, and in photography, because that's what you're doing. You're capturing pictures of the light, not of the object, of how the light affects the object. That's what cameras do, they capture the light. So look at it, instead of looking at it like, this person looks nice, like how can I get the light to make it look more dramatic or more soft? As soon as I learned that in video, my videos went to the next level. It's not about the camera, it's about how you control the situation and how you light it. Next question was, what do you look for when you do a street shoot? When I go out street shooting, I'm usually looking for like leading lines to lead us up to the subject. I'm looking for a person doing something out of the ordinary to tell some kind of story that makes it more interesting. If I'm looking for like a building that's like massive building, I need to show the scale, so I'll look for a person, I'll wait for a person to walk past, and it also tells a story about the scale of the building. Also framing, I use framing a lot, like with trees and other stuff. Let me think what else I look for. Just look for stuff out of the ordinary. I'm still new to street photography, and it's still quite daunting taking pictures, thinking someone's going to come over and tell you off, but it's not happened yet. So that's mainly it, like leading lines and framing, that's what I look for. What gear do you use? I'm currently using an A7R Mark II and an A6300. And I've also got an A6000 and a GoPro and a drone, a DJI Mavic Mini. I've also got the old ones. I used to use a Blackmagic cinema camera. I found that a lot of the stuff that we produce for clients is just put on the internet anyway, which converts it into 8-bit, and it feels like if you work with like the cinema cameras, which have like these massive raw outputs, and then you have to compress it down, it's just such a weird thing to do when you could just get it as good as you could at the 8-bit footage and send it. And the file sizes are smaller, easy to work with. Well, not easy to work with, not easy to colour, you just need to get everything right in camera. That's why I still use the Sony cameras. I might upgrade to the A7 IV, or I've had an A7S II before as well, and to be honest, like low light, you hardly ever use low light. I've been in like loads of situations. As long as you got like 1.4 lenses, you should be fine in any scenario really. Lenses wise, I use a 24mm 1.4 Sigma Art, an 85 1.4 Samyang, which I might get a Sigma Art, a 24-70 DGDN Sigma lens 2.8, and crop sensor. For the crop sensor camera I used the 16 and the 30mm 1.4 Sigma lenses, and I think that's pretty much it for them lenses. I have like a macro lens and a 40mm Samyang lens. They're both Samyang, they're macro and that. That's gear wise. Gimbal wise, I use a Crane 2 gimbal is still very good. I can fit them in my bag. I know they brought this new one out where they say you can fit it in your bag. It's a travel safe one, but I found the old one, these ways, swings and roundabouts, I fit everything into one bag. Maybe I'll do how I do my camera bag in a video, so if you'd be interested in that, I don't know. How long have you been doing this? How long have I been doing it? I've probably been doing it about 5 years. And the last two questions are silly questions. What is brunch? Now, I had a conversation about this before with someone, and they were saying brunch. I say brunch is an amalgamation of the words breakfast and lunch. So it's between breakfast and between lunch, and lunch is between breakfast and dinner. So it depends where you're from in the UK, but like I call it breakfast, dinner and tea. Tea time's the late one. So between breakfast and dinner you have lunch. So between breakfast and lunch you have brunch. So say if you get up at breakfast, say you have breakfast at 8 o'clock, then at 10 o'clock you have lunch. Then if you have something to eat before that, at 9 o'clock, that's brunch. Come on, fight me on it. And the last question is, how old are you? I am 33 years old. There you go. Why does everyone always want to know my age?